Hey guys, it's Marshall from Going Gear, and today we're going to take a look at a couple more of the spark lights. This time we have the ST6-280OW ST6-360CW. Pretty much the same light, same as all the other ones, just different tints. So you've got OW for outdoor white or neutral white, CW for cool white. Let's open these up, show you what you get on the inside. Slide the boxes apart. Here you have a couple of spare O-rings. There's your instruction and warranty information down on the bottom there. Here is the diffuser lens, and we are going to keep that because we're going to use that later. Here is the light itself, so we're going to pull that out. And here is the headband. Just to show you how to insert this, what you do is you just slide one side in and slide the other side in, and that's it. You can see, even when you shake it around, holds it in there nice and sturdy, but you do have the ability to easily adjust the angle when you want to do that. And it curved against your head actually holds it in there even tighter. So it's a nice sturdy holder. Same thing that Zebralight and other companies use. Holds it in there really well. But we are not going to use that because it's going to kind of get in the way when I'm showing you the interface and everything. So we'll pull that back out, set it to the side, and get all this packaging out of the way. And you get the same stuff with the cool white version. So I'm just going to pull the light out and not talk about the accessories on it. Just rewind if you want to see. Alright, let's set these packages to the side. And here you have the two lights. So we'll zoom in and you'll kind of be able to see the difference in the lights. There you have the outdoor white, so you can see a little bit more orangish tint to the LED itself versus more of a yellowish color on the cool white. We'll zoom back out and we'll have batteries in these and actually really show you the difference here in just a second. So these are powered by 18650 batteries. We've got a couple of the truss fires that we use in all our display lights. They work great. People always ask what I recommend, and I recommend these because they're cheap and they work really well. Alright, so put the battery in there, put the tail cap back on, and we'll show you the interface. Actually, let me go ahead and put one in both of them. Alright, so the interface on these, you have this button up here on the top. If you tap it, you'll see it'll turn the light on, and if you press and hold it, it's going to cycle through 4 different outputs. And these are using XPG R5 LEDs. So you can see pretty concentrated hotspot, which you'll be able to see a lot better when we go outside. But these are definitely made more of a distance kind of light. If you want to have more of a flood kind of light, that's when you put on this diffuser lens. And I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. Now you have those 4 different outputs, but you also have one additional one. If you double click it, then it'll put it into the max output, which they call their super mode. You have that available. And the same interface, you get the same exact interface on the CW. Tap it to turn it on, and then press and hold. You'll cycle between, and it actually has a memory, so if you leave it on, turn it off, turn it back on, it's going to come on to that same mode. And then double click for your super mode. So that's the interface for both lights. Now to get the diffuser on there, what you do is you just take and unscrew this bezel right here and take off that default clear lens, which usually will just fall out. And then we're going to take the frosted one. I accidentally made the reflector fall out, which is not something you want to do. Put the O-ring back in there, and then just set that on there, and then we're just going to screw the bezel back on. It's probably a good idea to go ahead and take the regular one, put it back in the bag, put it somewhere safe so you don't lose it. Alright, and then you can see what it does is just completely spreads out the light. So instead of that concentrated light that you get with the clear lens, you get this really spread, diffused light, which I really like. I think this is personally a lot more useful for me for a headlamp. I don't really have a lot of use for distance. When I use a headlamp, I use a flashlight for that. I'd rather have just everything in front of me lit up, which the diffuser does really well. So just to give you an idea of the difference, let's drop it down to the low output. You can see how much more concentrated the neutral is here on the right versus the cool on the left. and you'll see that a lot better when we go outside. Alright, to give you a different, or an idea of the difference between the tints on these two, I'm going to go and take this diffused lens back off, put the clear one back on, and we're going to change the exposure and the white balance so you can see the difference here inside real quick. Alright, I've got the exposure turned way down, and the colors are going to be a little exaggerated versus what you're going to see in real life, but this should give you an idea of what you're going to see. So there's cool white there on the left, neutral white on the right, and you'll see you're going to get higher output on the cool white, but better colors. We'll pull it back a little bit on the neutral or outdoor white. So you don't get that washed out look that you get with the cool white, and you will make the camera lose focus though, apparently. Let's get it back in focus. There we go. Alright, so better colors on the outdoor white. Some people like it, some people don't. Totally a personal preference kind of thing, but this should give you a better idea of how they do. And again, you'll see more greens and browns and stuff like that when we take them outside. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's take these outside and we'll show you how they do outside, and we'll take the diffuser lens as well so you can see what that does. Okay, here we have the ST6s with the XPG LEDs. Big 40 mag light that I always use. So let's go ahead and give that mag light a shot first. See how it does. There's that little bush out there at about 15 feet. Tree out there at 100 feet. We'll zoom in on the tree so you can see it better. It lights it up okay, not really anything around it at all. Alright, let's try out those spark lights, see how they do. Crank it up to the turbo. There we go. So this is the neutral white version. You can see really nice color rendering on this one. Greens and browns actually look green and brown. Obviously close up is no problem at all. Let it cycle through the different outputs real quick, just so you can see how it does at different distances with the different colors and different outputs. And then here is the cool white. Cycle it up to the higher output. So you can see the higher output on this, but like I said, you get more of a blue color to the beam. And that's your trade-off for the higher output. I'll shine that around a little bit. And we'll turn them both on at the same time so you can see the difference in the color. So as you can tell, really nice colors on the neutral white version. Colors really pop instead of get kind of washed out by the cool white, but that cool white is noticeably brighter. So there you go. Those are the ST6 headlamps from Spark with the XPG LEDs. If you like them, you can get them from us at goinggear.com. If you have any questions or comments, you can reach us in the comments or at goinggear.com. And if you like the video, be sure to subscribe. We do a whole heck of a lot of flashlight videos. Okay, I lied. We're not done quite yet. I forgot to stick a diffuser lens on one of them. So here is the neutral with a diffuser lens. You can see the difference that it makes. Instead of having that hot spot that gives you some decent throw, what it does is just light up everything in front of you, which I personally think is super useful. I really like the diffuser lenses for headlamps. I'd rather have everything lit up in front of me than stuff 100 yards away, just the way I use my headlamp. So diffusers I find really useful. But that is what it looks like with the diffuser lens, and we're done for real this time.